Welcome to Rebuild Prime Time, the fastest 5 minutes in the Rebuild universe. We are going to have an action-packed show today, a great week 5. Let's get that recap, then we'll look ahead to week 6, shall we? Here's your recap. The Bull City Ballers, the big win over Are We Counting Pancakes in the Rebuild game of the week that lived up to the billing. More on this game in a little bit. Team Royer beating This Will Hurt. Yes, the Herder became the Hurdy in this game with an over 80-point win. Royer doubled the score. Easy Work beating the Philadelphians to move to 3-2. The Live Squad beating Team Sync. Oh snap, that happened. Look at this team beating back-to-back. Moves to 2-3. I'm excited for Ahmad's team going forward, as I have been all season long. And finally, this is pretty much my season in a nutshell. I lost by less than a point. So great work. Great work. Oh, now looking at our standings. We have just one team at 4-1. That's right. The Bull City Ballers are now in sole possession of first place in this league. We have a ton of teams at 3-2. We have a couple of teams at 2-3, and we have just two pathetic losers down here at 1-4. Joe and I, we are going to make this thing happen, Joe. I got a good feeling. We're going to your power rankings. Team Sync and I do not change at the back end of this. The Live Squad and Easy Work also do not change. Back-to-back drops a spot to 8. This Will Hurt drops 4 all the way down to 7 after that embarrassing showing this week. Team Royer moves up 2 to 6. Philadelphians drop down 3 to number 5. Oh, snap, that happened. Continues his parade up the power rankings, up 4 spots this week. Next, please, up 1 spot to number 3. Bull City Ballers. 4-1, just beat the team in number 1. Unfortunately, they didn't let them go all the way to number 1. They only went to number 2. That is up 3 spots. Are We Pancakes continues for a 4th consecutive week to be number 1 in the rankings. Now, I referenced that we would talk about this Rebuild game of the week because it was a thrilling game, very exciting. In case you missed it, there was a massive lead for Grant. As a matter of fact, the lead was so big, Grant actually went to bed. He felt so good about what was happening on Monday Night Football. However, we've heard Grant's perspective. Little known, though, is Josh's perspective in all this. So I have some operatives in the Benetone household. Ashley sent me a few pictures to help us know kind of the stages of Josh. So what we're going to do right now is 2 hours in the life of Josh Benetone. It starts at 9:45 p.m. on Monday night. Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews doing absolutely nothing. Josh is getting crushed. He checks the score, resigns himself to a loss, and a missed opportunity to prove himself as a true title contender in this league. But wait, at 10:30, Lamar Jackson scores his first touchdown of the game. It's the end of the third quarter. Baltimore's getting some momentum going, looking ready for a big fourth quarter. However, still plenty of points to make up here. No need to get too excited at this point in the evening. 10:48 p.m. Lamar Jackson throws a touchdown to Mark Andrews, giving double points to Josh. Starting to get interesting out here in this game. Just starting to get into it. Starting to get engaged a little bit. I think at this point, Ashley had to tell him, we got kids sleeping in this house. Can you tone it down a little bit? Oh, but that's not the end of this. Because at 11:13, Lamar Jackson throws another touchdown to Mark Andrews, sending the game to overtime and sending one Josh Benetone into the lead in the game. I am not sure, but someone may have woken up at this point in the proceedings because look at Josh's face. And then finally, the game concludes at about 11:31 p.m. Eastern Time. Josh checks those scores, sees that he's indeed the new leader of the Rebuild Champions League, and just has to soak it all in for a minute. What a comeback. What a night. 2 hours in the life of Josh Benetone. Looking ahead to week 6, Philadelphians taking on back-to-back. Both teams at 3-2. We got Team Royer coming up against Next Please. Got Easy Work versus Oh Snap, That Happened. 2 teams trending in the right direction right now. One of them's going to keep it going. Are We Counting Pancakes looks to bounce back from that tough loss against Team Sync. And finally, This Will Hurt looking to bounce back against my sorry squadron this week. The Rebuild game of the week will feature the Bull City Ballers taking on the Live Squad. We have not had Chuck play in a game of the week yet this year. Josh, as we said now, the leading team in this league at 4-1. Chuck won last week and is looking to get back in the playoff mix after his last year. Now, Chuck smoked Josh 165 to 112.7 last year in week 4. Current line has the Live Squad as a 2.5-point favorite in spite of Josh's 4-1 record and that huge win last week, 4th in the league in scoring. Current line is Chuck as the favorite. I'm not making a bold prediction this week because Josh already done it for me. Josh predicted he beat by 25. Can you back his words up?